Before we go any further, I am going to tell you, never pay child maintenance arrears. That may have caught you by surprise, but it's important to understand that I am telling you to not pay the arrears on top of your scheduled payments, because the payments for arrears are actually built into the payment plan. I am not telling you not to pay. There is a difference. I am telling you to not pay arrears on top of your scheduled payments. Many people feel intimidated by the Child Maintenance Service, or CMS, and the arrears they quote. Don't be. You can agree with CMS to pay the arrears over a longer period. Paying parents, remember that the CMS is there to get money to the receiving parent, not to reduce what you pay. Staff have heard every possible excuse, but they can't change a legally prescribed formula, which is based on your income. However, they can adjust the arrears component of your payments. Sometimes you might fall behind on your payments and go into arrears. But there are also system arrears caused by payments being made in arrears, and they are not due to late payments, just future amounts to be paid that have been accrued to date. But because they call these arrears as well, it gets confusing. But don't worry, CMS are only expecting you to pay the plan, so they won't enforce these arrears as long as you stick to the CMS payment plan. And it starts from day one. All new cases have arrears. Never pay the arrears figure. Only the scheduled payment, and only then on the day it is due. Paying early can be interpreted as a late payment, so don't do that. Your first payment could be up to 2 months after the case is opened. It covers part of the period from when the case was opened. If your ex complains about this, direct them to the CMS, where they will be told that you have to pay the plan. So, arrears can simply mean you owe money for past child maintenance payments because they have been missed or they are scheduled to be collected at a later date. A new case might have its first payment 2 months after opening, so there will always be arrears due to paying in arrears. Arrears can also be caused by recalculated payments for a delayed change. Whatever the reason, don't pay the arrears figure. Only pay the plan. Stick to the plan. Remember, CMS arrears won't disappear on their own. You can't include them in a bankruptcy or debt management plan. Just stick to the plan. I did hear of one case where someone paid them in full on a credit card. Then they were able to include them as consumer debt. That was their solution, but I would suggest you are better off agreeing a plan. Let's explore common reasons behind CMS arrears and find practical solutions to regain control of your finances. Life is full of surprises, and sometimes these surprises can impact your finances. A sudden job loss, divorce, and child contact costs can all lead to falling behind on child maintenance payments. Sometimes the reasons for arrears are less about unforeseen events and more about the system itself. Delays in processing payments, for example, when an employer takes 6 weeks to send a DEO payment, changes in income not being updated promptly, or misunderstandings about payment schedules can all contribute to arrears. It's crucial to remember that changes are effective from when reported, but CMS can take months to update them. Keep an eye on the portal, so you might end up having to pay more or less money. If you're in credit due to a change, ongoing CMS payments will reduce until that credit is used up. They won't stop, but the amount you pay up to the next annual review will be reduced to take the credit into account. If you are arrears, the payments will be put up in order to collect them between now and your next annual review date. Facing CMS arrears can feel overwhelming, but that is often due to seeing a large figure and thinking you have to pay it straight away. You don't. Acknowledge the situation, but don't panic, as the scheduled payments have it covered. You will pay it over time. Don't feel guilty. Your health is important. You must not try to reduce the arrears by making unscheduled payments. They won't count. You will pay twice. Please try to ignore the arrears figure, because arrears are paid as part of the regular schedule, not in addition to. Unscheduled payments won't reduce arrears. Only make the scheduled payments for the exact amount they tell you. Any overpayment is a gift. Any underpayment could lead to enforcement. If your ex is saying they want the arrears payment, say no, as it's built into the payment plan. So don't agree to pay the ex an extra £50 per month, for example, as that will be treated as a gift by CMS. It won't reduce the arrears figure. CMS won't even know for direct pay cases, so you just end up paying twice. If there has been a recalculation and that has led to a rise in payments, CMS has an option to help you manage your arrears. This option is to spread the arrears over a longer period. It's called the 2-year debt steer because they spread the payments over 2 years. So for example, a £1,200 arrears figure paid over 12 months equates to £100 per month. But when spread over 2 years, it equates to £50 per month, or £25 per month if spread over 4 years, so it can be managed. Don't be afraid to call the CMS because you can see a large arrears figure. Don't let the arrears figure paralyze you. In fact, as long as you are paying the schedule, you might as well take a black marker pen and draw over the arrears figure, as it's indicative. But don't do that if you're looking at the arrears figure on a computer screen. Call CMS and tell them you can't afford payments. Ask to spread payments. They will offer a 2-year plan. If they don't, tell them you want to pay over 2 years. It eases the burden on your monthly budget. Remember that CMS will encourage you to pay within 2 years. But if you can't afford that, tell them you want to pay over 4 years, or offer a £5 per week arrears payment. Seriously, just offer £5 per week if you can't afford the payments. You can always up the payments later, but do not just up the payments. Ask CMS to issue a new payment schedule and pay as per that. Regaining control. Your path to financial peace. Dealing with CMS arrears might seem daunting, but it's a surmountable challenge. Don't be guilt-tripped by the ex because you have agreed a plan with CMS. When you fly, the airline tell you to put your oxygen mask on first, then the children's. You need to sort this for you first. Lower payments now are better than no payments at all when you are in financial crisis. CMS have to listen to you if you are struggling. It's cheaper for them for you to be paying on a plan. Then it is for them to enforce payments. While they can't reduce the payments to lower than the legally calculated minimum, they can spread arrears repayments over a longer period. Some people are paying a few pounds per week and will be doing that until their children are parents. Now, I don't recommend that, as it's probably better to clear the arrears over time. Remember, CMS payments are interest-free, so taking longer to pay the arrears won't cost you more. The first step being to get control of your payments. And only you can ask the CMS to reduce the payments. If you don't, they expect full payment and will take enforcement action. So call them today. Remember, your health is more important. Don't shout at the staff, just ask for a plan to pay the arrears over 2 years. One last thing from me. Why haven't you subscribed to this channel yet? Do it now. And if this video has been helpful, you are going to love the video on screen now.